So let's get the action underway for week 12 of the Ultimate Pool. Cole, welcome. Chaos Cole Bedford and his Welsh teammate Luke Sanges take on Connor Jones and newcomer to this format, Jamie Adams. Format as ever, race to 4. Everybody in the group plays everybody. 20 minutes on the match clock, 30 seconds on the shot clock for the first portion of the match, dropping down to a quick fire 15 seconds if we get into the last 5 minutes of any of the matches. It is a round robin format. All the teams will play each other over the course of the evening. 2 points for a win, 1 for a draw. And we would go to a 6-red shootout if 2 or more teams were on equal points. Last time these two played out in this arena, in fact both of the last 2 times they played out in this arena, it did go to a 6-red shootout. A 3-way 6-red in their first round last year, a 2-way 6-red in the last 16. They set a very good time the first time round, 21 seconds, one of the quicker times we've seen.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time singles, so you know to get that in pairs is a very, very good time. Just reflecting on the start of this frame here, just while you were talking there, Mark, they had a colossal fluke. Second shot in, the boys, but they're still at the table. That's the most important thing.
As Cole said, something always seems to happen when he's at the table. Feels like there's always some moment of intrigue.
What are you saying? Sort of. That's just his nature. Just things. Chaos by name, chaos by nature. Is that what they say?
Well, I think he kind of embraces it, doesn't he? I mean, he's a fun guy to be around, and he's a very good player. Like, don't let the nickname fool you, but always just seems to play quite expansive shots. There we see. I mean, it was a great cannon, but the pot going wide as a result.
Yeah, got the perfect split. The pot just slightly wide, and chance for the underdogs, if you like, in this pairs match. Probably the underdogs of the group to take the first frame. And I absolutely love the design on his t-shirt, the jigsaw design. It's really is a standout t-shirt, and let's just hope that he can piece a few together tonight and do the business.
Yeah, I think everyone would like to see Jamie do well. You can see how excited he is to be out here, and that really is what this competition's about. We had a lot of fun last week with a couple of pairs of brothers. Probably weren't turning up expecting to win the event, but enjoyed being here. Jamie's in a similar position, nothing to lose really. I think this format's quite helpful if you're a newcomer as well. He's playing against an experienced partner, I was going to say. Everything's happened there. He's spotted 3 balls in total, including the white. A bit unlucky this. He played the pot fine, but then just got an unlucky cannon.
Yeah, it's a bit cursed, that one, and opened everything up sort of dot to dot here really for the first frame.
As we see time and time again in this competition, it's a short format, so getting off to a quick start is so useful. Can't really have asked for more than this. All the yellows open, just slightly run out of maybe ideal position, but he's got a backup shot.
Definitely gone the wrong way about these. I mean, I think they'll be okay, but it's not the way they wanted to go. The first shot was very lax, really. This should have been the second ball. Well.
That was a good recovery shot, because it was Luke that got them under pressure with the first shot of this clearance. Playing that kind of shot slowly, you can easily decelerate, but he cued it nicely. A bit of a gift there. From what you have to say was a pretty unlucky moment from Jamie Adams. Hadn't really done a lot wrong. A different day, that white stays on the table, and it's the other 2 that clear up. There is just about enough time, but needs something to happen quickly. Golden break, for example. 8 balls moving, but not towards the pocket.
Yeah, again, not the easiest of finishes. A couple of slightly awkward balls with both sets. say, Marty, quite right. They've almost got to try and force a little bit of something here. Oh, well, that doesn't tell.
Connor showing where he wants this. Play this to the middle. Cue ball above the 8 ball. Wanted to go round the back of the 8 ball. Well, unless he happens to have nudged that red into a position where he can play yellow off red.
Oh, hold on to your hats, ladies and gents.
Well, I had to make something happen there. Time was running out. There was no point getting embroiled in a safety battle.
No, whereas Cole and Luke here can play a bit of a safety battle, you know. There's no need to really take anything silly on here. I wouldn't be going for these. I think I'd just nestle into them, just almost a bit of slow death. Really knock them out of the rhythm. That would be my sort of choice here. But
how often do we see that with the shot clock? It's when you've just got into the 15-second portion of the match, it catches you out because you're not used to playing at that rhythm.
Yeah, it normally ends up being kind of more 10 seconds, doesn't it, by the time you've kind of decided on your shot and you've not got a lot of time at all. It can make you do very silly things sometimes, the shot clock. But it all adds to the drama. We love to see it when we're sat here, but I can tell you from first-hand experience, it's not the easiest thing in the world when you're out there, especially when someone else's pressure is also on your shoulders. Yeah,
this is a format which is fun in a lot of ways, and you can say it doesn't have the same pressure as a major pro event, but playing for your partner is a whole different kettle of fish. You feel very bad if you let them down.
Look, and let's not forget, you know, you're quite right, it's not a ranking event, but you're still playing live on one of the biggest sporting broadcasting channels. You've got your opponents sat there, you've got the crowd, and you're still playing for a lot of money. So there's definitely there's still a lot of pressure on you, for sure.
Yeah, big moment for all the players.
What a shot this is. What a shot this is. That is absolutely perfect. What a shot from Cole Bedford.
This has been a really good clearance. Wasn't one they necessarily had to get. They could just have wasted some time, but what a package they've put together here. That shot from Cole to get onto that last red was fantastic.
Yeah, this will definitely be up there with the finishes of the night.
Well, not put under utmost of pressure, but a good performance out from Cole Bedford and Luke Sanges. Did what they needed to do. Very professional start and played some good shots. No more so than this one. For a moment, it looked like that cue ball was hurtling towards the middle pocket, but then pulled up short at exactly the right moment. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with our second match very shortly. Aaron and Ryan Davies take on Alex Lewis and Peter Meany in our second match of the night. And it is Ultimate Pool Pro Aaron Davies who will break off in the first frame. Oh, and is that yellow going to drop? For a moment, like he'd hit that break pretty well and was going to come up dry, but the last ball rolling does save him.
Well, it's not very often you hear that. Just play safe. You don't hear that very often on the very, very first shot. But that's exactly what he's done. He has left a red here, but they're certainly not easy, these. There's no need to try and force any issue here, in my opinion, but we all see it differently. Alex is going to take this onto the right middle.
Aaron and Ryan have got to be seeing this as a good opportunity. When they first saw this group, they were going to think they were playing Connor Jones and Clint Ianson, who would have been a pretty tough matchup. No disrespect to Jamie, but the group has obviously got easier with Clint dropping out. So now, I think on paper, Aaron and Ryan have probably ended up as the favourites.
Yeah, it's a real tough one, this. It's probably one of the more evenly matched groups I think I've seen since the Pairs Cup started this year. Yeah, it's a real tough one to call. I certainly don't think that Peter and Alex will see it that way, that's for sure.
It is genuinely a group where any of the four pairs could win. Alex and Peter have got a lot of experience between them.
Sure.
You would assume that the two brothers here are going to favour a more attacking game. Both have got a background in snooker, both very good potters. Ryan Davies, though, was saying beforehand when I was chatting with him, he has played a lot of pool. Even though he's known as a snooker player, he has grown up playing pool as well, so it's not like this is his first foray into this. And let's not forget, of course, Aaron Davies is a former world doubles champion. Won the 2023 world doubles event with England teammate Mike King. For a while those two were pretty much unplayable in that format. And even though he's got a different partner here, the fact that he's got that big match experience in this format shows that he knows how to play it. For a moment, considering whether he's going to be tempted by any attacking option, but gone for the percentage choice, given the ball's tied up on the right-hand side.
Yeah, could do with getting the cue ball up the table here.
Always knew he was going to be leaving some kind of shot on, but not too worried about that, given where the red is still tied up. It's one of those slightly awkward safety shots where you can't really do anything very positive, so you feel like you're playing a slightly negative containing shot, whatever you play. Not terrible, because he's knocked those balls into a plant, but one of the key tenets of safety in this position is you want to make sure all of your balls go still if you're the players on red, because you don't want your opponents to be able to play up to the top of the table and not leave you a shot. Now, will I be tempted to take the red off the cushion here?
Yeah, I think if he brings it into play, providing he doesn't hit it too thin, he should get a reasonably decent safety shot here out of this. He could even snooker them. And he's not played it hard enough. A little bit firmer, he wanted that. Bring it into a possible position, and he hasn't. Poor shot, really. If he'd have brought that into play, he'd have piled the pressure. The Davies brothers. But as such, yeah, just going to bring that off and lay a snooker here. And now all of a sudden, the tables have turned. That yellow over the middle is now a perfect ball to pot and free the bad one, as it were. He's going to be guaranteed to leave himself a shot with the yellow in the middle of the table. So they need to be very careful about where they're leaving the cue ball here, Alex and Peter.
Not going to be too many good leaves there. I guess that could be worse, but still the shot you've described is going to be available.
Yeah, I didn't want to be taking this one now. Wow, he needs that to slow down. Does he now clip off it? Clip off it and chip the one into the middle? I think he does. I think that's the shot. Clip off it thin, pot the one in the right middle. Just like that. Lovely shot.
Probably served them better actually than playing the cannon the other way around, because that way they're always getting the second ball into play. You can see that was very instinctive. Ryan immediately got down and played that shot. 22 and 27 respectively, the brothers, but with a lot of big match experience already under their belts. Ryan played in some junior pool events and was having success at age group levels above where he was. I think he was saying he'd won an under-18 competition when he was 15, and so it continued from there. Slightly more conventional of the two cueists, Ryan Davies sighting the ball under his chin compared with his brother, who, as we so often talk about in commentary, sights way over under one of his eyes, seemingly way off centre. So Peter Mullaney's second break of the match.
An absolute rocket.
If you're going to go with Big Dog as a nickname, you've got to have a break to back it up. Time really a factor now in this match. Even though we've only played 3 frames, there's less than 4 minutes remaining on the match clock. Ball tracked towards the cushion. He was just praying that he'd got a trace of side on it and it wasn't going to get stuck to the yellow that he's ended up nearest.
I'll take the double on here. Just offset as well, so he's got to kind of pinch this double a little bit. Called his extension for that reason.
Yeah, it's exactly that, isn't it? If it was a straight double, it would be ideal because it would unlock the rest of the frame, but he's got to screw into it. There's no guarantee this shot.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, that. A little bit fortunate where he's left the cue ball there, and those two reds getting back together hasn't left anything uber easy for the brothers here.
Chance this frame isn't going to get completed now. 2.5 minutes.
Looks like he's going to play the loss of turn shot here, which is a clever shot. I like this. Yeah, it's a nice shot. It's a really nice shot.
Yeah, he's played it really well. Needed to hit the yellow dead straight, then was guaranteed the white was going to stay where it was.
Has to hurry up.
Yeah, it's under real pressure here. Just forced into going for a shot in the end and never really threatened. If he'd have left an easy opening pot, the brothers would have been going for this, but... Ooh.
Oh, that is a really bad shot. Wow. Well, that's put Peter Mullaney and Alex Lewis right back in this match here, and they're going to have the time. They clear these quickly, which they should do. Going to be left with about 1 minute and 10. Well, that's a huge let-off, and you certainly don't expect a snooker player to get them angles wrong. He's just Peter's just saying there, come on, because they've still got the time here to win this match. Didn't want to waste it down and just guarantee the draw. You know, needs to have a go at it, that's for sure.
Aaron and Ryan really aren't going to want to draw out of this match. They're not going to be out of it if they get a draw, but it's not the result they're looking for.
Oh, wow.
What a moment for a golden break from Aaron Davies. Said he needed a quick clearance, and the 8-ball was stationary and then just cannoned by a yellow. Oh, that's a big, big moment.
He's got to get his cue as well. What a celebration that is. Caption that, everyone. Caption that. Fantastic. He went to get his cue because the one went in, and he thought, well, I'm fine, because the black was stationary, wasn't it? The 8-ball was stationary in the middle of the table, got kissed in the middle. Didn't see that coming.
He's got a powerful break. Can he get the 8-ball moving? Well, he has, but it doesn't look like it's going to find a pocket. This isn't bad, though. These balls have split up. There's time here for a clearance.
There's definitely time for a clearance here.
Doesn't need to.
Oh, what's he doing? He's still on it in the top pocket. If he just stuns it dead, he's fine. Oh, he's in the middle. Wow, here we go. I think he's got more time than he thinks. He can get these if he plays the right shot here. That's a nice shot. He's played that really well. Go, go, go. He's got time to think. Oh, he's not on it. Thought he might have been on it, but he's not on it. Oh, can I see the edge of this? Surely not. Well, unlucky in the end.
Well, what a dramatic end to a match that really could have gone either way. Looked like the score could easily have finished at 2-all. Aaron Davies, when he needs it most, steps up with that golden break. And the Davies brothers will be pretty relieved. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with match 3 very shortly.
It's a better break, especially if he's on that yellow. I don't think he is from the overhead. He's on that yellow to the right middle. Sorry, left middle. Is he playing the double? Oh, hello. That would have been a scorcher if he'd have got that one. That would have been an outrageous fluke.
Went for the double, but played it a little bit firm. That's why it's straightened up a bit. Now, as was the way, when you miss the first ball, leaves open table and leaves a more open pattern on the yellows. Lewis and Meany were much closer to winning their first match than Adams and Jones were, but that's no real predictor of what's going to come next. I don't think he was playing to cover that pocket. Doesn't really make sense given the position of the balls. I think he was just trying to sneak the yellow in. Oh, this is a good shot. Good thinking that from Connor Jones. This is what they need to do. They need to fight their way into this tournament. It's going to be such a different game if they could just get a clearance or two on the board. That's not going to be any good. Even if he flicks that yellow, it would have been a foul because you'd have to hit the cushion after contact had been made. So, the first really good chance for Jamie and Connor. Cue ball in hand, so they can attack these problem balls at this end of the table if they want to. Still got the ball fairly straight to the top right corner, or ball to the bottom right. Connor gesturing, he wants to take the ones at the top first. It's better from Jamie. This isn't a clearance you'd say that 100 out of 100 the way they've played, but it's definitely makeable.
Just needs to be careful here because he needs to screw back far enough to leave himself a shot. That's a nice shot. No, he's okay, he's fine now. Just, is it a natural angle to drop into the yellow? Just slide precision shot, but it's not a difficult pot this, so. Yeah, and I think it goes top right. I think it goes.
This is the shot. Doesn't need to worry too much about position. Like Connor will be okay with any kind of decent open shot at the 8 ball. And that's much better from Adams and Jones, ball in hand, but that will really settle Jamie down. That's what I feel he needed. When you're new out into this arena, surrounded by other top pros who spent a lot of time out there, you just want to feel like you're capable of competing. Seen a few breaks already from Peter Meany. Breaking well the ones we've seen. Well, not that time though. And that was human error, just sheared off the side of the pack, straight into the middle pocket. Cue ball was never going anywhere else. So the two singles frames played. We're back to Scotch doubles again. Really can't ask for a much better chance to get 3-1 ahead. And the challenge is for Connor here is playing the right shots. Sometimes there's a temptation when you're the more experienced player to try and overwork it and make life really easy for your partner. Still got to play the patterns the right way though.
That's a lovely shot. Nice shot again there. Played that really well.
What a change this match for Jamie Adams. He's looking a lot more confident. Didn't have many chances in the first match and got a bit unlucky very early on. Looking much better so far in this match.
Yeah, do whatever you think needs to be done.
So I like that. I was putting the onus back on Jamie here, giving him a little bit of freedom, giving him some advice, but yeah, I think that's the right shot. Top left. Spin it round off 2, maybe 3 cushions, depending on which angle he takes. Just got to be mindful of how he hits this. If he punches it too hard, the side won't take. A little bit unfortunate. Needs to probably hit it a little bit softer with a little bit more side there, I think. Let the side do the work and not the pace. But just got to concentrate on the pot here. No. Unfortunate, but they're up against it now, that's for sure.
And that was exactly the kind of shot where playing out in this main arena is a bit different. This table plays quicker but more slippery. On a club table, the way Jamie played it would probably have got a better result. It would have gripped a bit more. I agree with you though, did just need to caress it around, get the side on. So, a chance for Lewis and Meany to get back on level terms. As we hear the chime in the background for the last 5 minutes of the match. The 15-second shot clock shouldn't bother them too much for this frame because there's not a lot to think about. Could that be a turning point? If Adams and Jones had gone 3-1 up with only 4 minutes something on the clock, they'd have been in good shape. Well, I played that in a positive way. You could have imagined him just rolling it in and holding for the yellow on the opposite side.
Oof. So you got to come up and down the table here. Or can he drag this in? Well, not the textbook finish, but should be okay here. Nobody remembers how, they only remember who, but it wasn't the way they wanted to go, and that kind of thing sometimes, and I've said this before, you can take finishes out, but you're not taking them the right way, and when you get to the real pressure situations, you're kind of taking the balls the wrong way. It comes back to bite you more often than not.
1:47 on the match clock, so enough time for a clearance or a counter clearance.
Almost went in off, but didn't. And a nice split. Ish, but awkward. But you can't help but think that, I mean, do you play out for the draw and just chance your arm, or do you try and force something? It's a great first shot from Connor. It's a lovely first shot.
I think at this stage of the night you're at, you've got to go for it, haven't you? You're going to feel bad if you play for a draw and that turns out not to be enough.
Nice angle here now to get the bad one out. Hit this with a bit of pace just to chance your arm. See, I'd have played that at pace myself, and just he's tried to play the right shot in essence, but it's not gone right. Now then, can he get this? Big shot this. This is a big shot. It's a great shot. Oh! Right, boys. As you quite rightly said there, he can't hit any side of it, and he flicks it out, but he hit it plumb in the middle, double kissed it, and left it safe. Now then.
Have they got enough time? 30 seconds, 5 balls remaining.
Oh, what a shot that is. What a shot that is. That's a fantastic shot.
Need to get on with it though.
Nice to hurry up. Oh no! What's going on? Is there going to be time? No, there's no time.
You can go for this because there's no risk of a counter clearance.
Oh.
Not enough time this for Connor Jones. Well, it was a match that was very hard to call a winner, and so it's proved. 3-all via the long route. That could have gone either way. 2 clearances from the break, 1 golden break, and 3 intriguing frames to accompany those. Ultimately, everybody's still in contention. Not the definitive result, but everyone keeps their hopes in this group alive. 2 wins and a draw, so everybody's still in contention. These 2 teams currently sat at the top of the table. And Ryan Davies on 2 points. Cole Bedford and Luke Sanges also on 2. Suddenly, this 4th match is a big one in the context of this group. If it was to end up as a draw like the last match, it would blow things wide open. If either team can get a definitive result, they're going to be in pole position for qualification. Messy layout for the first frame, which is why we're seeing this passage of tactical play.
Yeah, for those who may be unaware or a little bit unfamiliar with the rules there, you can't play a yellow onto a red or red onto yellow and pot the ball unless you pot your original ball that you hit, so it's just a loss of turn shot. You turn the table over to your opponents. Just in case you're a little bit confused, maybe watching this for the first time. Nice shot. Ooh. Well, another opening scrappy frame, Mark. We've had a couple of these tonight.
And the effect of having these slow opening frames is that it makes the match much more pressured once you get to the tail end, because you're short on time. Not too much time wasted, of course, yet in this one, but no immediate sign of resolution either. In these situations, you don't really quite know what to do. It's almost like containing safety. You're just trying not to leave any kind of open shot. You can't be positive because, well, you can't be too positive because the colours aren't decided, so you don't really know which colour set you're promoting. Both Aaron and Ryan standing looking at the table. Nobody's really got an immediate first reaction as to the right shot to play. See those coming back up the table.
Another ball to the rail. I think it's time for us to get comfy here, Mark, I think, with this one.
Very different matchup from the first rounds for both of these two. These are looking like the two form teams in the group so far, or at least they're the ones at the top of the table in terms of wins. Whoever wins this match, guaranteed a 6-red shootout at worst. It's a very brutal format, this, isn't it? 4 teams come in and only 1 qualifies. It's a sort of super knockout approach. Although at least you do get some group matches, so you feel like you get plenty of chances.
Aaron's looking at the 3-ball plant here, I think. It's a nice shot.
Yeah, and the reason why that's allowed when what you were describing a minute ago isn't, is because he played red onto yellow onto red in the pocket. So the red was the first ball to be hit, and it was a red that went down.
And everything's got a pocket here, you know, everything goes.
Seen a few family pairings, father and son and brothers already in this Pairs Cup. Can't be too many families out there with 2 brothers with a better cue sport pedigree than these two. Both top snooker players, both top pool players.
Needs to be very careful here. I think I'll be playing this with a little bit of top left, and just ensuring that the cue ball goes forward and leaves a shot, rather than try and screw off the face of it. Yeah, nice. Again with this one, he's got to play this with a little bit of check side to avoid the yellow. Doesn't want to really hit the yellow. He's got around the back of it. Oh, what a shot that is. Nice shot that. Not a lot of space to go around the back of that yellow. Played it well. Finish.
And that frame opened up in a hurry. After a slow start, suddenly the Davies brothers got in. They went business. 3 out of the first 11 weeks of this year's event have gone to a 6-red. Ryan Davies finds the middle pocket. Being off the side, he's hit that break quite well, but obviously to no avail. An absolute must-win frame for Luke Sanges. 8 minutes remaining, doesn't want to go 3 behind. Not too easy to see where any mistakes are going to come from. All balls have a pocket, don't have to play any cannons. Vibe around Luke at the table than his doubles partner. So let's go top left and then bottom left to leave a shot on the remaining red in the middle of the table. Had to travel a bit with the cue ball here, but he's always been in fairly good shape. And this is the frame they needed at this point in the match. Didn't really know how they did it, they just needed a steady frame, ideally one taken fairly quickly. Good stuff from Luke Sanges. A bit unlucky being off from Ryan Davies, although it was straight in off, it wasn't playing by anything.
that is.
Well, that's a monster break, isn't it?
Watch this again. Look at the bounce of the cue ball. It was going straight up the middle of the table, that. But yeah, he's hit them with some force. Timed them perfectly. And left himself, or left Cole, an okay first shot. Well, he's going for the red. I thought he might have took the yellow one, but he's going for the red. What a pot that is. A little bit unfortunate knocking that red right to the back rail. Should be okay. And that little ping there indicates the 15-second shot clock following this visit. He doesn't like this though.
Yeah, this is awkward, isn't it? Just couldn't play the right position. If he'd been able to reach that, he'd have played the shot totally differently. Now they're in a bit of trouble. Is Cole going to have to come off the side cushion? He's going to have to play this with some pace as well.
Oh. Well, I think the first shot is obvious. Yellow on the back rail, top right hand side, gently into it, guaranteed to leave himself a shot. No, he's just going to clip off it and play safe. I didn't expect that. Probably the right shot percentage wise, but they did have a chance there to knock those balls in.
Saw his brother play a safety like that earlier on in the match and potted the cue ball, but better judge that time. Oh, this is good. That was almost very good from Luke Sanches. A lot of side.
That's a nice shot. Into this now. Into this little cluster if he needs to. I'm not sure the yellow passes, or will he just play, guarantee the pot, dink the yellow over the middle pocket and put the cue ball behind the 8 ball. That's exactly what he's going to do by the looks of it. Doesn't want to be straight though.
Shot.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. But he has left a big target. The red over the pocket, if he pots it, it's guaranteed to be on a shot. He's hit it. But chance here now for the Davies brothers to maybe put the match out of contention.
Big moments. Just over 2 minutes on the match clock. 2-frame lead would be big at this point. Couldn't get too close to that, so settles for distance. Never really had any doubt that Aaron was going to pot that. That's the confidence both of these two have got. They're both such good potters that they know they don't have to overdo the position. Well, Cole Bedford and Luke Sanches have had their chances in this match. It could have been 2 apiece at worst. It's Aaron Davies to break off in frame 5. If he gets something off this break, this is going to be the match effectively over.
Yeah, nice break as well.
Oh, that's turned out well.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to make the clearance here. If you can just spend some time at the table and pot some loose balls, that will be good enough. Wisely calling his extension. He's going to get the clock down to the minute mark without really having to do much. Look forward to taking a bit more time on this, actually. It's not going to make any difference, but they could have chosen to waste a bit more time. He's got enough loose balls there that he can go after. If he needed this clearance, the balls weren't sat too bad, apart from the one near the left centre. There's no incentive whatsoever for going for anything wild. He's got an angle if he wants to lift the ball that's over the left centre, although there's no real need to.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he goes close to the end off here, to be honest. And they concede. Rightfully so, not enough time there to do anything in that match and make an impact, so it's the Davies brothers that take advantage in this group.
And they are in pole position as we go into our last two matches of the night. If they can get a win out of this match, they're still in contention. They'll go level at the top of the table with Davies and Ryan Davies that we've just seen win, and then it will all come down to the last match. Anything other than a win, though, isn't going to do them any good here. If it was a draw, that guarantees qualification for the Davies brothers, as does a Lewis Mullaney win. Lewis and Peter have looked pretty good, and they've been in contention for both of their first two matches, but a bit unlucky with that golden break against them in their first match, and then just squeezed a draw out of the second match. It was always going to be a tight group, this. And that draw when they played Jamie Adams and Connor Jones has not really done either of those pairs any favours. It's kind of left them out of contention now. Always interesting, these matches where one of the teams is still in play and the other one is mathematically out of it, because it can be the case that the team that's out of it can play with a lot more freedom and suddenly becomes more dangerous than they were earlier on. People also have very different perceptions of what a good result is. For some groups, obviously anything other than winning is not going to be enough, but for pairings who maybe are coming more for the fun and the experience, they just want to win as many matches as they can, not necessarily targeting the overall win. And this has been good. Some good stuff so far tonight. It's just struggled to get over the winning line. Good start. It's broken pretty well for the most part.
Ooh, wow. The ball came close as well. Wow.
That would have been a golden duck if that 8-ball had gone in. That would have been an immediate loss of frame. Oh, and that 8-ball was tracking as well, wasn't it? Just went to the jaw in the end. Nice open position in the middle of the table, just a little bit of traffic bottom left to be negotiated. Although he's not a player with a ton of experience out in this exact arena, Alex Lewis is a player with a lot of big match experience generally. He's played a great shot there.
Great shot. It's been about a long time, Alex. There's no excuse for lack of experience for him. Played in team events down at Great Yarmouth back in the golden days, or the olden days, however you want to put it. So he's used to that kind of team pressure, for sure. For a young man, he's been about a long time.
Yeah, and he played on the turf for a while as well. He's a good player. And he looks an experienced player, like the way he's going about this. He firmly looks like he expects to make this clearance. Getting about it at a lively pace as well. So that unfortunate in-off from Luke's break sets up that chance. Good counter clearance from Alex Lewis. Well, he'll take that. Ball's just falling in everywhere. 3 reds and 2 yellows down.
Got the 8 ball moving again as well. Another big break. Not split fantastically, but plenty of balls down. As you say, sometimes it's just a case of getting that chance.
It's always nice to put lots of balls off the break in the sense that it looks good. It doesn't always guarantee the best layout because you don't have as many balls to work with. It's also the kind of position where if you don't make the clearance, you're pretty much guaranteed to leave an open position.
You could maybe introduce, do you remember Big Break back in the day where you used to answer the questions? So like your partner could answer questions, then you get to take so many balls off the table. That would be entertaining. Because more, quite a few times, even tonight, we've seen there've been big breaks flying about, but the balls have gone a little bit untidy, haven't they? So I'm sure a few general knowledge questions wouldn't have gone amiss for to move a few balls out the way here and there.
We've seen a few new formats introduced over the last few years. Well, maybe that's one for the suggestions box.
There's an idea for the suggestions box. Yeah, I'm not sure Ultimate Pool will... Oh, what's he done there? Seemed like he snatched at it there a little bit. Delivered the cue very, very quickly, which I think he does anyway. But if you look, he just kind of twitched a little bit there. Well, that can happen.
Talk about doing all the hard work and falling over at the death. I mean, that's terrible, having done so much already. It was his good break that set up that position, but ultimately coming short of the 8 ball. Now this is a huge frame. It's Cole and Luke that need to win this match. They're the ones that are still potentially in with a chance of qualification for the last 16. Oh, big shot there.
Yeah. Needed to be over a little bit more. Tried to get on it there. Plenty of check side on this. Watch the spin on the cue ball. Look at that, that's a lovely shot. What a shot that is. That is a great shot.
That's one of the shots of the evening from Luke Sanders. That may not have looked much, but loading up with spin in a key frame as well. And there won't be any mistake this time on the 8 ball. Great break from Alex Lewis, and it looked like the 2 gentlemen on the right of your screen were going to get a 3-1 lead, but ultimately that 8 ball has gone begging. Cole Bedford and Luke Sanchez are still in this match. Look at this 8 ball, just snatched at it. As things stand, Aaron and Ryan Davies are in the qualification spot.
Well, look at them. Boring a disaster. That will be the end of the group. With the last match a bit of a non-entity apart from Pride.
Be a fun last match though, because there won't really be any pressure on anybody, but it'll be a chance for Jamie Adams and Connor Jones to try and get something out of tonight. I mean, how well have they split out for Peter Mullaney? Surely this will be all he needs.
I don't think I'd have been leaving this one till last, mind you, but he has a big, big space to land on the 8 ball here. It can go wrong. The chance of it going wrong are slim, but it can go wrong. And has it gone wrong? There you go. Has it gone wrong? Can he chop that back? I'm not so sure he can. It's a thin cut.
Well, that's amazing. It's the one last twist in this match.
That is what happens though when you go the wrong way. Oh, what a beautiful shot to finish the match. Fantastic shot. Needed it. after the shot he just played on his last ball there, but great finish in the end.
And they'll be happy to have got something out of that match. Alex Lewis and Peter Mulady fashioned 3 good clearances and ultimately complete a 4-frame win there. They're not going to be qualifying, but they have got a win and a draw out of tonight. That's them done. That's also Cole Bedford and Luke Sanges done. They're now out of contention. So back at it for our final match of the night. Aaron Davies and Ryan Davies have already secured qualification for the last 16. Chance for a victory lap. For Jamie Adams and Connor Jones, nothing to play for in terms of results, but everything to play for in terms of pride. And perhaps an easier situation now the pressure's off. They know this is going to be their last time out there in this year's competition. They always looked like they were going to be the team to beat, the 2 Davies brothers, but hard to have them as too big a favourite given how evenly matched everyone was. Ultimately it's just been a very solid performance.
Ooh. Not what he intended to do, but I think he may have landed absolutely perfect here, you know. To chop this in the middle, he just misses the red, goes into his badge yellow on the rail. I'm not sure if he's quite got the angle. I think the cue ball might be going into the red or close to the in off. It's close this. If he just misses the red, he's into it. There you go. Oh, unfortunate. But as you say, no real pressure on them now. They are through, so it won't hurt too much.
They know they're going to be out in this arena again. For Jamie Adams, he knows he may not get too many more chances, or not for a while at least, so got to enjoy his last time out there. Looks like it's going to be Jamie that's going to need to play the shot, or is he just going to play position on the, maybe going to play position on the one near the middle of the table and leave Connor to deal with that last ball on the cushion.
That's where the table catches you out. You're just okay. There's just a little bit too much angle here. Yeah, just needed to catch that yellow. Right then, what can you muster up from here?
What about you pointed out like it's obvious?
Wow, what a moment this is. This could be real highlights, real stuff if he can pull out a shot.
Oh, that'll work.
Fantastic. That'll work. Scream there from Connor. Brilliant.
Yeah, always nice to see the players having some fun out there. This is obviously the moment, the last match of the night. Ties the 8-ball partially up as well as just about getting the snooker, I think. Can you see the thin edge of this rail?
I think it does go.
Maybe a slightly scrappier frame than you'd expect for the stage the match is at. This is kind of how you expect a deciding frame to play out. You could see quite a lot of the red, but oh,
Oh, is he on it? I think he's on it, you know. I think he's on it to the bottom left-hand pocket. Amazing if he is.
looks at both options. He's looking at the middle. I think it's
Whatever you want,
probably going to have to be the corner, isn't it?
He's not sure if he can get to it.
May have to play with a bit of right-hand side to make the pot.
Got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
nice.
a shot from Jamie Adams. So, Jamie Adams up in the singles. A bit of confusion as to whose break it is. Actually, for the new players, some of these issues can be almost the more difficult ones, just figuring out the format of play, who's whose go it is and whose break it is when you're switching around between Scotch and singles. You did see last week a very unusual playing out of turn foul. But you do have to keep an eye on whose go it is at any moment. So, ball in hand for Jamie Adams. Not the most straightforward of layouts though. It's ball in hand behind the break line, so it's not like he can come down this end of the table and get after either of the balls that are paired up. He'd obviously love to add a few moments to his own personal highlights. If he could get a reverse clearance, that would surely be a highlight for him. So it's not an easy spot for it though. Now Aaron back to the table with a more presentable chance. Just wants to steady the ship here. They've gone 2-0 behind in a match they were probably expecting wouldn't be their toughest challenge of the night. Getting really easily on this yellow, so just playing low to give an angle.
Another and off.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on already in the first 3 frames of this match. And now this is a much better chance for Jamie. He's got the problem with the ball that he's staring at now. It's quite tied up in the middle of the table. Ball in hand anywhere, of course, this time, but I don't think there's any position he can place it where he can immediately pot that red, so he's got to leave himself an angle to cannon into it. I'm sure that was quite the logical shot. It felt like he probably needed to leave an angle on one of the other reds to cannon into the balls in the middle of the table. Spotted it though, it's a good pot. Still got a chance here. He's got to find a way into the yellow that's right in the centre of the table. If he cannons into it, the red probably will spring out. Oh, this isn't bad, you know. Oh, just a bit harder and that would have been perfect. Tough from here to get back into that cluster there. I don't think he could really have done it from that shot. I think he probably needed to take his medicine and play position on the ball at the top of the table to leave it till last.
Doubling into him. May as well have a go at it. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. I'd love to see him get this finish. Get in. Oh. Well, 2 yellows on the rail. It's not the worst result in the world. I mean, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble, I think. I don't think Aaron will go for these.
No, I think the pride in performance from Aaron as a top 16 ranked pro. He wants to try and get this frame 1. He's not going to just gift it away. Well, another chance for Jamie. I think that shot's quite on. He's looking at whether he can play off yellow.
That would be ambitious. It's definitely not there.
Not quite got the angle here either to swing round off 2 rails. I think he's not going to struggle to make the angle. How's his luck? Well, this time not so good because he's left Aaron an opener if he wants it. This is always the fun part of tournaments like this. In pro events, the players tend to be very evenly matched and all of a uniformly high standard. It is nice to see some players. I mean, you know, Jamie Adams is, if he's playing at his club, is going to be a good player and is going to be getting these chances. But players that aren't used to being out in this arena all the time, it just shows how difficult the game can be. I think he'd have had a fun night though. There's been enough good moments in the performance from Connor and Jamie that they can leave with a smile on their face at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to go out there and play brilliant and get results and that kind of thing, but first and foremost, you've got to enjoy what you do. It is very, very important. And he seems to have enjoyed himself, and I'm sure he would have embraced the experience, and hopefully, like you say, it leaves him thirsty to want more.
Good clearance, meanwhile, from Aaron. He was actually in a position where he had to pot a couple of tough balls there, particularly that last yellow. Powerful break, good split, and does find the ball. Ordinarily, if this was a Pro Series event, you'd be saying that this would be a fairly routine finish for a player of Aaron's class. Somehow this format just seems to make things a little more difficult there. Well into the last 5 minutes of the match, so the whole clearance will be under the 15-second shot clock. See that angle of him cueing far over under his left eye. Good double to get back into position. Slightly off angle here, but just about get into the cue ball enough to hold this.
Yeah, I think if he's just got just enough angle here, he can nudge the 8 ball out the way. Leave the final red to the left middle. Just like that. As he knocked it far enough to screw down and put the 8 into the right middle, I think he may have. Well, here we go.
Well, effectively, this is for the result. If he misses this, the match is very likely to end up as a draw. Well, he has missed this, so Connor Jones, this would be the quickest ever clearance by some margin. There's no chance that that's going to happen. As long as he doesn't miss a ball, though, Connor and Jamie will get their second draw of the night. Well, it's a spirited effort, this at the clearance. Well, the gong sounds and the match finishes a draw, and with that extra point, that is more than enough for Aaron and Ryan Davies to secure qualification. They finished top of the Group 12 table with 2 wins and a draw, equaling 5 points, and they booked their place in the last 16.